Ladies and gentlemen, I want to start with a question. Have you ever felt like you weren't enough? Maybe it's in those quiet moments when you look in the mirror and question whether you're doing enough, being enough, or even worthy of all the love and success around you. Maybe it's in the stillness when the world is silent and your mind begins to spiral, thinking about everything you haven't done yet, instead of celebrating everything you already are. I get it. I've been there. And let me tell you, you are enough. But here's the truth. We live in a world that constantly tells us we need more achievements, more success, more followers, more likes, more validation, and we buy into it. We believe that who we are, in this very moment, is not enough. We've been conditioned to think that love and approval are things we need to chase, that we need to earn them as if they're rewards for good behavior. But the reality is, love, real, pure love, starts from within. For years, I tried to fit into the mold that society had set for me. I thought if I could just get the job, wear the right clothes, or say the right things, then people would finally accept me. I tried to become someone I thought was worthy of love, and for a while I succeeded. People noticed, people praised me. But deep down, I was hollow. I was constantly searching for approval outside of myself, because I didn't believe that I was enough just as I was. And maybe some of you know that feeling too. That feeling where no matter what you do, there's a voice inside that whispers, "You're not enough." Maybe it's the fear that others will see through your facade. Maybe it's the insecurity that you're not good enough for the things you dream about. But here's the powerful truth. That voice is a lie. We've been told that we must be perfect, but perfection isn't the goal. Wholeness is. True strength comes from embracing every part of ourselves, even the broken parts, the struggles, the mistakes, the imperfections. All of it is a part of what makes you unique, and that uniqueness is your power. I'll tell you something that took me years to understand. You don't have to earn your worth. You don't have to wait for someone else's permission to love yourself. You don't have to prove anything to anyone. Not to your parents, not to your friends, not to your boss. The only person you need to prove anything to is yourself. There were days when I felt like the world was judging me. Days when I looked at others and thought, why not me? Why can't I be as successful, as happy, as content as them? I struggled with comparing myself to others, and I think a lot of us do. It's easy to look around and think we're missing something. But the truth is, comparison will always steal your peace. It will always steal your joy. You are not meant to be anyone else. You are meant to be you. And the world needs you. Exactly as you are, with all your strengths and your flaws, your victories and your scars. I want you to take a deep breath and think about this. The only validation you need is the one you give yourself. You don't need to wait for someone to tell you that you are worthy of love, success, or happiness. You need to tell yourself. You need to look in the mirror and say, I am enough, because you are. And when you realize that, when you truly believe it deep in your soul, you will be unstoppable. You will no longer be bound by the chains of self-doubt or insecurity. You will stand tall, knowing that you are worthy of everything life has to offer. So now that we understand that self-worth comes from within, let me tell you what happens when you fully accept yourself. Flaws, struggles, scars, and all. You see, self-love isn't just about feeling good about yourself on a surface level. It's not just about affirmations or saying, I am enough one time and hoping the world changes. No. True self-love is deeper than that. It's about accepting your flaws, your mistakes, and your past as part of your journey, but not letting them define you. When you truly love yourself, you start making different choices. You stop settling for relationships or situations that drain your energy and spirit. You stop apologizing for taking up space in this world. You stop dimming your light to make others feel comfortable. You begin to respect yourself in a way you've never done before. You start making choices that align with your dreams, your goals, and your values, rather than trying to please others or fit into a mold that doesn't suit you. Think about it. When you love yourself, you set boundaries. Boundaries with the people around you, boundaries with the work you do, and even boundaries with your own inner critic. You no longer let others walk all over you. And you definitely stop letting that voice inside your head tell you you're not enough. When you finally start setting those boundaries, something amazing happens. You start to heal. You heal from the pain of your past, from the self-doubt that's held you back, and from the fears that once paralyzed you. You begin to realize that your worth is not tied to your mistakes, but to your ability to learn from them, grow from them, and move forward. And that healing doesn't just happen on the inside. It transforms your entire life. When you love yourself, you stop waiting for things to change. You take control of your life. You go after your goals with a sense of purpose. You dare to dream bigger. Not because you think you'll be perfect, but because you believe you're worthy of those dreams. Do you know what happens when you believe in yourself? You begin to attract opportunities. You start noticing things around you that align with your vision. You meet people who support you, who want to see you succeed. Doors begin to open in ways you never thought possible. But here's the secret. It's not because the world suddenly becomes better, it's because you become better. You start showing up as your true self. No longer hiding, no longer pretending to be someone you're not. You start walking with the confidence that you are enough. Not because of your achievements or your possessions, but because of who you are at your core. Now let me be clear. This doesn't mean that life will always be easy. There will still be challenges. There will still be setbacks. There will still be moments of doubt. But when you love yourself, you face those challenges differently. You face them with the belief that you can overcome them. You face them with the courage to get up again, even after you fall. You face them knowing that no matter what happens, your worth is not defined by the outcome. Let me tell you a little story, a story about resilience. Many years ago, I faced a time in my life when everything seemed to be falling apart. My career was at a standstill. I was stuck in a toxic environment. Relationships were strained. And worst of all, I felt like a failure. But the one thing I had going for me was this. I believed in myself. I had learned that self-worth doesn't depend on outside circumstances. I had learned that I am enough, regardless of the setbacks or obstacles in my path. So instead of succumbing to the pressure, I chose to rise. I chose to invest in myself. I chose to trust in my abilities, even when the world was telling me I wasn't good enough. And you know what happened? I transformed. Not overnight, but step by step, I built a new life. A life where I made decisions based on self-love, not fear. A life where I chased my dreams, no matter how big they seemed. That transformation wasn't about becoming perfect. It wasn't about achieving everything I wanted in one day. It was about embracing who I was, accepting where I was, and then making the conscious choice to move forward. And that's what self-love does for you. It gives you the power to take control of your life. It gives you the courage to move beyond your doubts and fears. It gives you the strength to say, I am enough, no matter what the world says, no matter what mistakes you've made. And trust me, when you believe you are enough, the world will start to believe it too. So, you've learned that self-love is about embracing who you are, flaws and all. You've discovered that when you truly love yourself, you make better choices, set healthy boundaries, and start seeing the world through a new lens. But there's one last piece to this puzzle, and it's the most important one. Taking action. Because let me tell you, self-love is not just a feeling or a thought. It is a decision, a choice that you make every single day to show up for yourself and take action, even when the world is telling you to give up. And this is where many people struggle. We say we love ourselves, but we don't act on it. We stay stuck in jobs we hate. We stay in relationships that drain us. We continue to play small because we're afraid of what might happen if we truly step into our power. But the truth is, self-love without action is just an idea. It's like having all the ingredients for a beautiful cake, but never baking it. The ingredients are there, the potential is there, but it remains unused. So, what does it look like to take action from a place of self-love? It means choosing to rise when life knocks you down. It means getting up every time you fall. Not because you feel like it, but because you know that your worth is not defined by how many times you stumble. Your worth is defined by your willingness to keep going. When I talk about taking action, I'm not just talking about the big dramatic steps. It's the small choices that matter. It's the decision to speak kindly to yourself when your inner critic is screaming at you to give up. It's the decision to take care of your body, to feed it with nourishing food, to rest when you need to, and to exercise in ways that make you feel strong and capable. It's the decision to set boundaries with the people around you, to protect your energy, to say no when you need to, and to stand firm in your truth. Action is how you show yourself that you matter. It's how you prove to yourself that you are worthy of the life you desire. Now, here's the powerful part. When you start taking action from a place of self-love, you begin to see changes, not just in your life, but in yourself. You start to realize that the things you once thought were impossible are actually within your reach. You begin to step into your true power. I want you to think about your dreams for a moment. Maybe you've had dreams that you've kept hidden, dreams that you were afraid to pursue because you didn't feel good enough. Maybe you've told yourself that you don't deserve success, or that it's too late to start over, but I want to remind you of something. The only time it's too late is when you stop trying. As long as you're breathing, as long as you're alive, it's never too late to start. It's never too late to chase your dreams. Self-love means trusting yourself enough to take the first step, even when you don't know the entire path. It means having faith that the universe will guide you, but only if you move forward with courage and confidence. I'm here to tell you, the world is waiting for you. Your family, your friends, your community. They need you to show up as your authentic self, to stop hiding behind your doubts and fears. They need you to believe that you are enough, because when you do, you become a beacon of light for others to follow. But remember this, the journey doesn't end the moment you take action. Self-love is not a destination, it's a continuous journey. It's something you have to choose every day. Some days will be harder than others. Some days you'll feel like you've taken 2 steps back instead of forward. But that's okay, progress is progress, no matter how small. Every step you take in the direction of your dreams is a victory. Every time you choose to love yourself more, you're making a difference in your life. And every time you do that, you inspire others to do the same. In the end, the most important relationship you'll ever have is the one with yourself. When you love yourself, you give yourself permission to dream bigger, to take risks, and to live a life that feels true to who you are. You stop waiting for the right time, and you start creating it. You stop waiting for others to validate you, and you begin to validate yourself. When you truly believe that you are enough, you become unstoppable. And the world, your world, will open up in ways you never thought possible. So today I ask you, will you choose yourself? Will you choose to love yourself, even when it's hard? Will you choose to take action from that place of deep self-worth and make your dreams a reality? Because you are enough. And now it's time to show the world what happens when you truly believe it.